Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Apologies. Yeah, I messed up. Shoot. Ah, now it's like no show. Well, that sucks. Oh well. Yeah, for some reason it keeps starting the wrong stream on YouTube. Oh, I wish YouTube was a bit better about how streams work. Okay. Hello. How's it going? Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. My mind's a little washed right now. I've been trying to get stuff done all day. So, but I have been getting stuff done all day, so that is good. Good. We're good. I'm doing okay. We're doing okay. I got to sleep in today. That was nice. Not gonna be able to sleep in for the rest of the week. Tomorrow I gotta get up at 4. Oh. Anyway. Yeah. But I'm Tish. Yeah. No, I'm thinking about getting some new furniture. Thinking about getting a new desk, so I've been trying to do some research on that. It's kind of an expensive buy, so I want to make sure I get it right. So, trying to do research and figure all that out. But honestly, probably anything would be better than what I have now. It's very flimsy. But, you know, we'll see. Thinking about getting a standing desk so I can move it up and down. I think I've got one in mind. There's some desks that are on sale right now because of Amazon, like, online deals and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, nobody's gonna see the stream now in their YouTube recommended or anything because I already went live technically, so it's not gonna push out more than one notification. Shoot! Gosh dang it. Oh. Anyway, okay. I'll just have to be better about that for next time. For now, let's play some Devil May Cry, shall we? I actually haven't played this in a minute. I've been slacking on playing it off stream. I've been playing Call of Duty instead. I've been playing like Black Ops 1, finished that, so I started Black Ops 2. Enjoying it. It's kind of interesting how World at War through Black Ops 2 is kind of like a trilogy, in a way. Some similar characters, similar themes. Just moving through different eras and everything. Kind of makes me honestly want to make a video about it. Although there are plenty of people who've already made videos about like Black Ops 1 at least. And some about Black Ops 2. I think more about Black Ops 2 last year. Just because that game takes place in 2025, so. So I remember seeing videos about it come out like late last year, early this year. I had a chance to teasing a veteran playthrough of Black Ops 1. I actually just played through Black Ops 1, which is what I was saying, Christian, like off stream. That's why I haven't. That's why I was saying I haven't been practicing DMC 5 off stream. So I started playing Black Ops 2 recently. Like I got through my first play session last night. I thought Black Ops 1 was okay. It was okay. I don't know. I've played it like once before, and then I played it again, like I said, recently. I think the story is good, but I actually enjoyed World at War, and I'm enjoying Black Ops 2 more, to be honest with you.
I'm just gonna double check.
Like World at War I did on the hardest difficulty for the most part. Like I went back through and played through a second time on the hardest difficulty with some mods. But Black Ops 1 I was kind of like,
It's the other way around, Dante.
it was okay. It was okay.
This is the lowest level of the
I felt like Black Ops 1 was very movie-esque, like early 2000s action movie, which is fine. It's just different because like the older Call of Duty games are Band of Brothers, like historical action movie, right?
Told me everything.
I think Black Ops 1, the Reznov reveal thing, like knowing that already from having played it once makes the reveal obviously not as good. But I also think the fact that like Reznov can kill enemies and like enemies interact with him actually kind of undercuts that like reveal. But yeah. But I'm just mostly looking at the campaign. Like I'm sure if you take into account the multiplayer and the multiplayer and zombies mode, I'm sure people have like a lot of things to say about those two modes as well with Black Ops 1. I'm mostly just commenting on the main campaign.
Consider it a gift in honor of us finally meeting. Meeting.
Nope. Hold on. Pause the COD talk. It's this cutscene.
I'll take that. Dante.
Shoves it in up his ass.
Go too. Why don't you sit this one out? Oh, let you call me dead weight again? No thanks. I've got all the power I need. Right here. You don't understand. It's not what I mean.
Let him go, Dante. Time is a luxury that we can no longer afford. We must chase after him post-haste.
What? Does that mean you're going too?
I have a duty to see this through.
Well, that's all you had to say, Mr. Poetry. I'm gonna go my way, and you guys can go yours. Let's just say that's the best for the cause.
Mm-hmm. This is the one mission where you get to choose between all three of them. So, of course, you never choose V. Should we play as Nero or Dante? Because we do have the option of either. Yeah. This is like the one mission where you can choose all three. But yeah, I was... Oh, Dante, because, yeah, we didn't have an option before. It's not until these missions where you start having some more options. Some of the earlier missions you can choose between V or Nero, but... Why not? I am trying to learn Dante, though, because I do have to beat Virgil as Dante, but I do have to beat Virgil as Nero as well. And there is a mission dedicated to each person after this, because after this mission, mission 14 is V's last mission, mission 15 is, I believe, Nero, and then mission 16 is Dante. And then mission 17 is the final Urizen fight, 18 is another Dante mission, and then 19 and 20 are Virgil. But yeah, with the Call of Duty... Oh, yeah. So I was saying the reason why I haven't been practicing this game off stream is because I was playing Black Ops 1 off stream, and so I finished that recently. And then also I started Black Ops 2 like last night. I know some of you guys want me to play some of the COD games on stream. I just don't know if they would work super well. I don't know. I guess I don't really have plans after in a couple of months here, once I get through Yakuza, Dead Souls, and everything. Yeah, I know some people are interested in that, but I just don't know. I don't know if they would be interesting, especially since like I'm playing some of them off stream now, you know. I don't know, man. Maybe. But anyway, I was just talking about like Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and my thoughts about that game and stuff. Who would this be easier to play as? Because like that's kind of what it comes down to. You know what? You're right. We haven't played as Nero. Let's try it with Nero. Why not? We haven't played as Nero in a minute. So I was just talking about my thoughts about Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I'm kind of liking, honestly, Black Ops 2, and I think I liked World at War better than Black Ops 1 personally.
Take the low road.
But that's, like I said, partially probably because I just got way more into World at War as like the last hurrah of the World War II saga for a while for Call of Duty. Reznov is a cool character. Yeah. It kind of makes me want to make a video about those 3 games, because you could argue that World at War through Black Ops 2 is kind of its own trilogy. Past that, it gets kind of like iffy, I would say, as somebody who's tertiary aware of the future games. But that being said, yeah, we are on DMD. Okay, just double checking, because I just hit resume. I couldn't remember if we were actually on DMD or not. Anyway, yeah, Black Ops 1 is a sequel to World at War. I would agree with that. I mean, you literally do see your main character from World at War die in Black Ops 1 in the flashback. Which is something that was lost on me, I will say, the first time I played through Black Ops 1. Because I only played World at War for the first time this year. What the heck? Okay. At least that's the spawner down. Ah, shoot. My punchline died. Oh man, I like punchline quite a bit. Makes air combos a lot easier. Would love to see a video on those games. Yeah, it kind of makes me want to, because I feel like Black Ops 1 gets glazing a bit too much. Like I tried to watch a few videos about Black Ops 1, and there were 2 main things that I thought were kind of like about a lot of those videos. Is one is that they go through every single like cutscene and like mission. Like they're all like an hour long, because half the video is like just them replaying all the cutscenes. I was like, that seems like, I feel like I could get through all 3 games within an hour. Like a lot of them are just lengthy for length's sake, it feels like. And then the other thing too is I felt like some of them, I don't know, not to be super dismissive or anything, but I watched at least a couple that felt like I was rereading things I read in high school. Like it felt like they were trying to hit a word count or whatever back in high school, where they were just like retelling the story and then making assertions without proof.
Road's out.
Like saying things like, oh, this game makes you really feel like you're playing in the 18, like in this time period or this time period, without like backing up that claim with any actual assertions, just saying, oh, it just feels like it, you know. Oh shoot, we don't have punchline. Maybe should have just restarted the mission. I don't know. I feel like I could do a bit better job, to be honest, but At the same time, I do need to make some Persona stuff next time, because like I have not made a actual Persona video in a hot minute, so. What the heck? Okay. But yeah, Christian, how's Metal Gear Solid Delta been? I heard mixed things about it. Kind of the PC port was poorly optimized. Some things didn't work because they just put a new texture over like the PS2 game. But sounds like you're having a good time with it. I guess it is still like, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2, right? So even if it's like maybe not the best version of it, it's still probably a good game. Since the underlying gameplay hasn't really been changed at all. Nice! Oh, that was good. Woo! Good sexy style! Ah, shoot. Nope. Come here, you. There we go. No! Stupid targeting. Hey, Gorian. How's it going? I enjoyed it. Thought it was a good remake now that the game's been patched. Gotcha. That's good to hear that it's better now. Yeah, I guess that is one of those things about like the PC ports of things. If they fix it and it's still a good game, then, you know, like you can fix technical bugs. You can't fix an underlying game's problems. So. I got bitch slapped. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. So much damage. Oh my gosh. Look at this goober. Start some gameplay, gotcha. Oh my gosh. That's stupid. Okay. No. I guess you could technically skip some of this encounter, because if you just destroy the little red the thing under the spawn point, I think the hole in the floor to the next arena opens up. So I don't know, maybe it would have been better to just do that than worrying about that guy. Yeah, it's been a minute since I played as Nero. He's a bit more simpler to play, but it does feel kind of, I don't know, it does feel like playing on easy mode a little bit. Like if playing on Dante is high risk, high reward, this is like lower risk but lower reward, where it's consistent, right? Like it's consistent damage. I'm not messing around with Sin Devil Trigger one way or another, right? And all of its gimmicks. I'm just like able to have a much simpler style of gameplay, for better or for worse. Oh shoot. I haven't used Rawhide in a minute. I think it changes the properties of your grab some. Yeah. Well, Nero intentionally, even in 4 where he's introduced, is the beginner character. His grabs let you do a lot of damage unimposed, as long as you don't get interrupted in the animation, and are very flashy and easy to pull off. And his more limited like amount of weapons also contributes to a simpler gameplay style. Here he's a bit more expanded, where he has the different devil breakers, and he gets DT, like a proper DT, instead of what he had in 4. All right, I'm not even gonna bother with this goober if I don't have to. Bye-bye. So long, gay Bowser. Like, Nero does have some complexity in his kit, especially with all the different devil breakers and being able to like use them in different ways and everything, and having different aspects. And you get the fact that on repeat playthroughs you have access to all of his stuff when he's in Devil Trigger. But he is objectively like not as complex as like something like, say, Dante, or even I guess you could say Nero, right? Like, or sorry, V. Because V is more complex because you have to keep track of V and his summons. Nero, you don't have that. And you can just kind of grapple enemies to you without on demand for the most part. I think there's ways to grapple enemies to you as Dante, but it's more technical. Plus, Nero can use his Devil Breakers as a kind of get out of jail free card, where if he ever wants to, he can use them to like cut them off to like get out of grabs and stuff that bosses have, whereas you need to use DT to do that with other characters like Dante. I still don't know what the difference is between his like normal grab and his devil trigger grab, or like his double arm grab that he gets once he gets devil trigger. I'm not sure what the use case of both is, because I imagine there's a use case for where you would want to use one or the other, but I haven't found what the like major use case is for the other one that you unlock later. Is it supposed to do damage? I don't... Maybe its reach is longer? Oh, shoot. I was being too flippant. I'm not sure if he has any triple S properties on his double trigger like Dante does. There is Showdown, which you can use to end off double trigger, to optimize double trigger, just like how Dante... Oh, jeez. That simple grab move, man. He does so much damage. So ridiculous. Anyway, just like Dante has his thing. The Buster Arm does more damage, while the regular Buster's just like, it's okay, I would just want to use the Buster. Gotcha. I meant the grab, like the different grabs that he can do. Like this grab, different. How is it different from normal grab? Yeah, I do think that Rawhide changes the property of the grab too. Holy cow! Is that a white orb on DMD mode? Holy shit. That never happens. Boy, this must be a series of arenas if they're bothering to drop a white orb in DMD mode. Holy yeah. That never happens in DMD mode. That's the first like just white orb or green orb or anything that we've seen
Devil's down even deeper.
in DMD, so there's the statue, so we're about halfway through. Oh, is this the arena where you can see a V as well here? I will say, I think this is probably the mission where who you're playing with probably matters the most. Because I think this is live inputs, if I'm not mistaken. Like somebody else playing at the same time for V.
Looks like we still got a long ways to go.
I think it's also the basis for the multiplayer mod, which introduces that another. Holy cow, that is the quickest I've gotten through any DMD mission yet. I guess there's no boss or anything, but yeah. Alrighty, thanks Imapazzo. You did good, kid. You did good. Save me some deaths. All right. Ah, shoot. Now we have to do the V mission. All right.
Just a little longer. Come on.
Still, I'm pretty happy that we were able to get through at least one mission, and it hasn't even been an hour yet. I'm sure the rest of this stream will just be the V mission, but
Completely. Damn it. A little longer. Hold on just a little longer.
so I haven't thought too much about this mission, but I have played through it a little bit on normal to get footage. Yeah, because we do have to like decide which of the summons we're gonna do and which of the bosses we're gonna do in which order.
Are you alright, B? You might want to take a break here.
I do think there is a quote-unquote correct order to pick them up, by the way. At the very least, you should pick up the big boy and do the behemoth fight last. Yeah, so we can get the cool animation at the end.
Where am I? I'm losing my power. Gotta recover somehow. This dimension is healing my body.
Because the kill animation on Goliath with Nightmare is really cool. So I think the way you're supposed to kind of do this is from left to right. It's to grab the panther, the bird, and then the big boy. I think that's honestly the way you do this. Unless there's another cheesy way to do this, but I think that's honestly the way to do this. That's like the intended way to do it. Gosh, it's been a minute since I played as V. Holy crap, another white orb. Being generous today, aren't we? Shall we start with the one I've got the most practice with, at least?
So, this is where they are. I'm claiming what's mine.
Boy, wouldn't that be the day. Hello? Why am I not able to summon? Where's my summon? I know this is DMD, but I should be able to at least summon, right? I have no summons. Did the game glitch, or do I not have any? I don't have a summon. Oh, I picked up the wrong thing. You're right, my bad. I picked up... See, I thought Nightmare was the cat. My bad. That's why. You're right, you're right. Although that would be an interesting fight to try and do. I bet somebody could do one of those fights with just Nightmare and not summoning him.
Hold on just a little longer.
Although I will say I was being pretty snazzy with that dodging there with V. I really do know that boss the best, don't I?
Take a break here.
Shadow is the cat. My bad. Yeah, you're right. I was just thinking that it should be called Nightmare based off of how they are in DMC 1, but... Gotta go through this little song and dance again, but I can at least get the cutscene here.
Where am I? I'm losing my power. Gotta recover somehow.
Yeah, fair enough, it is.
This dimension is healing my body.
I guess that white orb is there, so if you really want to do Goliath first, you at least have some DT.
So, this is where they are. I'm claiming what's mine.
This is the boss fight I have the most experience with, so I feel like this is the one to start with, to be honest. Because I know how this boss fight works, even if it is with a different character. And Shadow's dodge will be useful here. I do think that this is honestly the way these fights were designed. Maybe you should go Griffin first, but I feel like... especially with how Shadow's attacks are, it probably is fairly easy to actually knock him out of his sword swipes if you're doing it right. Oh yeah, we got through the first mission really easy peasy. But yeah, hold on, I gotta check tutorials real quick. How's it going, Union? Yeah, the previous one we got through like super quick because I played as Nero and I got through it like really quick. So for V, Gambit, Nightmare, yeah, Stalemate, Devil Trigger. Right, it's L2. Okay, because we want to use that for Shadow here. I don't usually use it. I usually just save it for Nightmare, but... yeah, see, it's like super easy with with Shadow's combos to like break out of break his attacks. Plus the Plus, the ability to evade easily makes his sword swipes a lot easier. How far away does this attack reach? I don't think it reaches all the way over here. Usually I would press in with Dante, but here I have to play a little differently because I'm not playing as Dante, right? Yeah, that overhead attack is pretty similar, honestly, to Dante's chakram attack. Boy, wouldn't that be the day. Oh shoot, I was not paying attention. I was looking at chat. Okay, well that went fairly well, honestly. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Got halfway through. I don't think it'll take as many attempts as it did originally. I don't think this boss has as much health in this version. And I have a lot more practice at this boss than any other, so I think it's still the best one to start with.
Gotta recover somehow. This dimension
Oh,
healing my body. So, this is where they are. I'm claiming.
oh, they're just gonna let me through. Boy, wouldn't that be the day. Nice. Ah, that's unfortunate. Ah, shoot. Trying to keep track of everything with V and summon. Ah, shoot. Shoot. Okay. Got about halfway through the health, same as last time. Nice. What'd you end up getting? By the way, I did look at getting Persona Dancing on the PSN store because it is like $11, but right now for the two of them. But I realized it was P3 Dancing and not P5 Dancing, and I already own P3 Dancing physically. And if I was gonna play one of them on stream, it would be P4 Dancing, which is neither of those. So.
My body. So, this is where they are.
Okay, I see. Boy, V is not very sprint heavy, is he? Can you really only sprint for a little bit here? Yeah, you can. Only really sprint for a little bit. Gotcha. It's the chakrams all over again, man. Loser. Running away. I still stand by my decision to not grab Griffin first. I think, honestly, this is the play. Although I do miss Nightmare, to be fair. Oh, gosh. Get back up, you nerd. No! Dang it. I enjoy playing this. I've heard about it, but never played it myself. I enjoy this game quite a bit, Lunacris. This one is easier than the previous games. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, so hence the death count. Well, I say the hardest difficulty. This is technically the second hardest because there's the same difficulty, but you die in one hit. So there is that. But
Where am I? I'm losing my power. Gotta recover somehow.
But I do think this game has a high skill ceiling, and it's quite enjoyable for that. If you really enjoy the characters, there's like a lot of depth to all of them, more some than others, but
So, this is where they are.
I would say this and 3 are probably the best in the series, if you're interested. 4 is pretty good too. 1 is pretty good. 2 is kind of eh. 2 is just kind of mid. I think they removed the ceiling and just made it so the sky is the limit, pretty much. You definitely think that watching some of the videos on YouTube. Oh yeah, Star Ocean 3. Yeah. Was that the same Star Ocean that you mentioned you were playing before? Or is it a different Star Ocean? Like, did you decide to get the second one because of how much you liked the first one that you were playing earlier? Honestly, maybe getting Griffin would be beneficial because he does live to zone the hell out of you. That is true. But I do think that going for this boss first makes the most sense, and I feel like going for Griffin would make the dodging harder for the sword swings there because of how good Shadow's dodge is in terms of just iframes and everything. Like, I realistically did not dodge that last attack there, but because of the iframes, it didn't matter. And it's also probably a lot harder to knock him off balance with Griffin's attacks than it is with Shadow attacks. And also it's easier to maintain dodges with just Shadow than with two characters, because I can focus on where Shadow is and where V is. Which you can do as well with like all three characters, it's just harder to do. I wonder if you could parry the sword swings with V's cane if you're good enough. Probably. At least some of them. Although sometimes it does interpret the dodge as the trying to use the Griffin one, which is annoying. Obviously, because we don't have Griffin, so it just is like a dead input pretty much. Also, what do you need to worry about zoning? Look at what I'm doing right now. I'm attacking with Shadow all the way over there, and then I just dodge. And I just, like, why are we worried about zoning here? It's V. Who cares about being zoned when it's V? Like, his summons can, like, go super far. Gosh, shoot. Oh, dang. Okay. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the rest of the stream, is just getting through this mission. Oh well. No, this is the last V mission, so, you know, there's that.
Where am I?
I do think that the first one is going to be the hardest.
I'm losing my power.
Once we get access to like more than one character, it'll be a lot easier.
This dimension. My body. So, this is where they are. I need you. Yeah.
Shoot. Oh my gosh. No, I didn't. Darn directional inputs. It thought I was trying to draw jump back instead of jumping left or right to do the shadow dodge.
Where am I?
I don't know. The camera like perspective changing like what inputs. Yeah, season mode is now selectable. Yeah.
This dimension.
It was always selectable, it's just not fun. Or I guess not as rewarding. Definitely doesn't push me as much. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game, so. Haha.
Retreat.
And then he's gonna go for his. Oh, I thought he was gonna go for his big swing attacks. Is it weird that this is actually more fun to fight than as Virgil? Or sorry, as Dante. Like, I think this is honestly more fun than the fight I had against him as Dante. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do a Virgil run, to be honest. Somebody asked, and before, I don't remember if it was you or not, but I might play a little bit as Virgil on stream. We'll see. Getting bullied over there in the like background. Dang it. Nope, incoming. Oh, he's DT'd. Nope. No! Fudge you. Ooh, come on. Just a little bit more. Come on, Shadow.
Go ahead. Slice him. Breathe like
Yeah!
But the following contraries, these are true.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Finally. All right. Well, we're low on health, but you know what? It is what it is. At least we got a win. Oh, I hope there's a way to get health back, because bosses don't drop health. Oh, is that why he did so little damage, actually, comparatively? Is because, like, there's no way to get health back in this section? Well, anyway. Alright, let's go grab Griffin. And I mean, if you want to talk about somebody ranging us, this is definitely the boss that is going to range us. Gosh, Griffin got in the way and died. Dang it. Okay. Alright, let's see if there's a checkpoint there if I have to do all 3 bosses in one go. Nope, I don't have to do all 3. Oh, do I have to do 3 bosses in a row? Dang it. Okay. That's unfortunate.
This dimension in my body.
How did Griffin get so small? Last game he was massive. I guess now that he's a summon, and I mean, really they're just like versions based off of well, spoilers, but Virgil's nightmares of when he was the being used in the first game as like the night version of himself, which is what some of the enemies in this game are also based off of, is that version of him from the first game where he was being used by the big bad. And so that's why they look like the way they do. It's because they're based off of his nightmares and memories of that time. Actually, I think there's a scene or a flashback you get where there was the spider boss that you fought multiple times in DMC 1, the fire arachnid boss kind of looking thing, and V tries to recruit him, but like he won't like comply, and I think he's and so he ended up not being a summon technically, which is not actually probably how that worked in development, but you know, that's how that works in the lore. Ah, shoot. That worked. Come on. Yeah, because of how the camera angle stuff works, sometimes he'll try and jump back with Griffin, but we don't have Griffin yet, so it makes the dodge completely useless. I mean, not completely useless, but it's like much less effective than what I was trying to do a lot of the time. Ah. See, you're like right there. He tried to jump for Griffin because of the way the camera was going, instead of dodging to the left and right, and so it killed me. It's getting kind of annoying. Oh well. I guess we could try a different order too. I wonder what happens if we... Hold on. This is kind of dumb, but like whatever. Let me grab this over here.
I'm losing my power. Gotta recover somehow. This dimension is healing my body.
So if we do this fight first, and I just do Nightmare, how does this work? Is this doable, I wonder? I wonder if it'd be easier to do this one first with Shadow. But then we wouldn't get the cool kill animation with Nightmare. Go, little rock golem, go! I say little, but he's only a little in comparison, I suppose. I think this is doable, actually. It's kind of cheesy, but it is doable. I almost feel like we should do this one second. Like, if I can get through the first one with Shadow, I feel like this one would be easier to do with Shadow and Nightmare. And grab Griffin last, maybe? That'd be funny. Or I could just get good at dodging. Because this is my first attempt at this cheesy strategy. Ah, there it is. Looks like we'll get to 300 deaths today. That he do indeed got hands and a mouth. But his attack patterns are really simple.
I'm losing my power. Gotta recover somehow. This dimension is healing my body.
We'll try this a couple more times, but it might be better to do this one second. Because remember, I gotta get through this and then the other two fights as well.
So, this is where they are. I'm claiming. The angel that resided on is a little creature. To see the world in a grain of sand. Enjoy the taste of this. Angel that resided
Been reading Jurassic Park lately. It's been putting me in the mood to watch the movies. I didn't realize it had a novel adaptation. Is it the original or just an adaptation of the movie? Like, was the movie based off of a book or no? Okay. Yeah, I think this is doable as the second one. I feel like this would be easy as the second one. If I could get through the first one with Shadow. Or even just Griffin. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was that it was an adaptation of a book to begin with. Oops. Okay. Yeah, all right. Let's try this one second then. Because dodging his attacks would be super easy with Shadow. But obviously we want to use Nightmare for that fight.
Gotta recover somehow. This dimension.
And it's crazy how much I know about the FNAF lore without having played any of the games. I should play those on stream at some point.
This is where they
So you can all hear me yell and scream about it. Because I'm terrible with jump scares. So, you know, there's that. There is the RPG. And it would be kind of interesting to play some of Scott Cawthon's earlier works. Like there's that one about the RPG where you play as a coffee pot. That's kind of interesting. I think it's an RPG, if I remember correctly. It might be a 2D platformer, actually. Because I don't think FNAF World was his first RPG, if I remember correctly. Like, I feel like it was somewhat based off of the other RPGs he's made. Although, to be fair, he didn't find super huge amount of success with most of the stuff he made before FNAF World. Or FNAF. So, maybe it's not that good, but... The Desolate Hope is certainly a video game. Yeah, I have it in my Steam library because I think it's free. It's something I kind of want to play at some point. It looks interesting, even if just from a historical perspective. I don't know how much I'd want to go back and play a ton of Scott Cawthon's older games, because like there's a reason why they didn't do super well, to be honest. But at the same time, it would be kind of interesting just from a historical perspective to go back and like play some of them, you know. Kind of like how it's interesting to go back and play some of Supergiant's earlier games, or some of the earlier Persona games and like SMT games and stuff. Like they're definitely probably not going to be as polished as the newer entries in the series or like the other games that were made later, but at the same time there's probably something to them, you know. That's because eventually, once they were polished, they actually were very good, so. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah. He lightninged me, and then out of that hit stun on the lightning, like, I got hit by the sword. Comboed me. What the world needs is more horror RPGs. Those were kind of a fad in the early 2000s, like lots of RPG Maker stuff. I feel like they've kind of gone away from that. I'd be interested to play the remake of Off. I'd be very interested to play that because I enjoyed that game quite a bit. So I'd be interested to see the remake of that. Designs it interquilly, so that's something. Yeah, I have seen some of the designs and stuff of some of the enemies, and that has to let hope. And it does look kind of interesting. Like, say what you will about Scott Cawthon's art style, people thought it looked pretty creepy. But it is very, like, different, you know? It's got, like, that kind of, like, early 2000s 3D modeling kind of, like, bubbly look to it, which people thought would be good for a horror game, you know? And, yeah, turns out it was good for that, at least. Kind of like bubbly, plasticky kind of look. I wonder how that must feel, you know? Like, if you worked on something your whole life and never found success, but the moment you try something that you don't really care for, you find success. Or, like, in a genre. Like, what if you wanted to make rock music, but, like, your style and the way you make music just is suited best for, like, lo-fi hip-hop or something, you know? Like, on the one hand, you'd probably feel, like, really, like, oh, I finally made something people are excited about, but it's, like, not something I particularly enjoy, you know? It's not the thing I wanted to, like, be known for. I don't know. I feel like I would, from a material, like, logistics standpoint, I would think I would be able to come to terms with that. Especially with the amount of success FNAF has had, because it allowed him to, you know, provide a good life for his family and everything. And I think at the end of the day, that would probably be more important to me than how I feel about my art, you know, because, like, if you're successful enough, you can always, like, make art that you enjoy later in life, but, or choose not to make anymore. But, you know, because he's kind of pulled back at this point, probably, right? It seems like, to a good degree, where there's, like, a different, like, AA studio now making the games for the most part, with him just providing input and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It would be kind of a weird feeling, I think, if you, like, spent so much time on something but it never got popular, and then, like, you do something like that and it does get popular. That's what happened to Wes Craven. He wanted to make romance films, but horror films were more successful. Yeah, I think there's always kind of that struggle in some way, where it's like you want to make things that you enjoy, but you also have to make things that other people enjoy if you want to be able to sell them, to some degree. And, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it forces you to make things that people can enjoy generally. And so even if you don't entirely, like, get the most artistic fulfillment out of it, it's, like, something that might allow you to make something down the line, or might be something that inspires somebody to make something else down the line, right? So I think there is value in stuff like that. And, like, I don't know, I feel like we've seen plenty of times too where somebody goes full creative art ambitions and it, like, doesn't pan out because they don't have any, like, buddy to tell them no after they do certain, like George Lucas with some of the decisions with CGI and stuff, and in, like, the later releases of the films, or The Last of Us Part 2, where the, like, artistic person didn't have people to, like, kind of rein in some of their more outlandish ideas in the second game, it seems like. So we've seen, like, you know, the opposite end of that, right? But at the same time, it must be kind of an interesting thing there. All right. Almost dead. Now here's the question, do I try and save DT for the next fight? Or do I use it to finish out this fight? I think I try and save it for the next fight. As long as it doesn't cause me to lose health. Oh, shoot. There it is.
But the following contraries, these are true.
Nice. So we finished with full DT. So let's go over and do the nightmare fight. Since we have full DT.
One down.
That is one down, V. That is one down. It is cool to see turn-based RPGs back in the mainstream thanks to Expedition 33. I'd say that's a bit disingenuous. There are some RPGs that have been able to break into the mainstream. Persona 3 Reload did fairly well when it came out, although I will grant you not to the same level that like say Persona or Expedition 33 or Persona 5 did when it came out. If you want to talk about just like mainstream appeal, Metaphor did okay. There was a lot of people who played Metaphor who don't usually play RPGs. So I think there are RPGs that do hit the mainstream for sure, but you're right that Expedition 33 helped a lot with that kind of thing. I don't know, there's something about the whole like him just like belly flopping in from above that's very funny to me. Oh, I should be reading my book. My Little Pony children's book a minute. Yeah, I think this was the right call going for this fight second. I think we're going to be able to get through this whole thing without really taking too much damage, hopefully. And then we'll only have that one fight left. Honestly, I could probably finish him off without re-summoning Nightmare again at this rate. Oh. Well, good thing I have practiced dodging here. I wonder what the animation of killing this guy looks like without Nightmare. I don't know if I've ever seen it. Just because the animation of killing him with Nightmare is so cool. Ah, shoot. That was dumb. That was some damage I didn't need to take. Yeah, I think we can get through this without re-summoning Nightmare again. So we can save it for the next fight. Although it was interesting to read posts from people saying that they went more turn-based RPGs and like, guys, we have plenty, you just don't play them. Yes. Yeah. I think it's the same thing with RTS games, is that some people feel like the RTS genre is dead. And while it is true that like there hasn't been a lot of AAA releases of an RTS game in recent years, it's definitely not true that there aren't people still playing. Like there's still plenty of people. Oh, shoot, that was stupid. There's still plenty of people playing RTS games. I should just summon Nightmare. And there's still playing older RTS games, and there are some AA RTS games that have been coming out more recently. So when Shin Megami Tensei Digimon Edition? Probably like next year. Probably Digimon next year, I think. I think that's one of my goals for next year, is to try one of the Digimon games, since I have Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and the new Digimon game did just come out in the same kind of style, I think.
This is where they are.
All right,
It's your turn.
here we are again. Been boy, wouldn't that be the day? Been in this place before. I run the street, and I know it's my time to shine. Deja vu. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Oh, not a good start. Not a good start. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bam. Dang it. Ah. That's not good. Honestly, I should probably just let this guy kill me, but whatever. Because I still have to get through 2 more fights, and like with this HP pool, it's not going to be... very doable, to be honest, but... What the heck? He must have been attacking at just the right angle where Shadow did not get to hit him. Ah, shoot. I mean, it is still possible to dodge all 3 of those attacks without Shadow, for sure. Because I do think I'd enjoy Digimon. Maybe we should make the goal to play 1 Digimon game and 1 newer Pokemon game next year. In addition to, like, trying some more SMT stuff. That way I could have, like, see if I could compare, like, all 3. Be kind of interesting to have, like, a video comparing, like, Persona 4's remake to the more recent Digimon and Pokemon games. Although recent for me would still probably be Pokemon like Scarlet and Violet, because I've not played a Pokemon mainline Pokemon game since Pokemon Sun and Moon. I don't know, do you guys, any of you guys still play Pokemon and stuff? Or any of the Digimon games? Have you tried any of them? See, I grew up with Pokemon, but I've never played Digimon. And I have never watched too much of the show either. I'm kind of interested in, like, kind of the recursive evolution system of the Digimon games, where you kind of have this, like, loop where you evolve a Digimon up to its, like, most highest tier, and then you can start all over again from a base Digimon and kind of take it down another evolution tree while keeping skills and, like, continually increasing stats to a ridiculous degree. That's my understanding of how Digimon evolution works, where it's like, it's kind of like Pokemon evolution where they evolve, but it's also kind of like SMT where you get to, like, continually keep skills and, like, attributes of, like, the previous versions of the monster, and get to like continually keep pushing new builds and like improving upon things. So I'd be interested to see something like that. And kind of like get to play around with that system. I think for somebody like me who gets really into that kind of thing with SMT, well, it wouldn't be as free-flowing. Like, it would be somewhere probably between SMT and Pokemon with how free the combat feels. Or the build feels. Shoot. I jumped there instead of dodging like I wanted to. Gosh darn it. The jump thing getting me again. Yeah, there's a lot of ROM hacks that introduce elements of future Pokemon games like Mega Evolution or like the special physical split that was introduced in Gen 4 into like the GBA games, because they're just easier and more established on how to like make your own game in those engines, I guess, basically at this point. There are some Pokemon fan games that are entirely made from the ground up in like a separate program, but for the most part they are ROM hacks still built off of the official games in some capacity. Unfortunate. Had catchable Mew. Interesting. He was a pain in the ass to catch. Yeah. Makes sense. Sounds like a legendary. Hold on. Sorry, I just thought this looked kind of cool, actually. It's not quite the best frame of it, but that angle there with V in the foreground reading well, Shadow beats up on that guy in the background was actually kind of good, I thought. Alright. Not my best end to this fight, but I'll take it. The only Digimon game I've played is Rumble Arena 2, which was a Smash clone. Fair enough. Yeah. I think I've tried some Digimon DS games, but apparently those are kind of ass. Even in the community, a lot of them find them very divisive, where like they are kind of grindy and the plot isn't very good and the world's not very fun to explore. They were trying to do the Pokemon thing, but they did it worse. So like they were competing with Pokemon arguably at its peak in like the DS era, so you know. Yeah, I feel like Shadow kind of demolishes this fight, to be honest. And then just like having somebody on top of that just helps a lot. Except for when he gets hit, of course. That's kind of a pain. It is kind of funny how enemies will sometimes continue their combos in the direction of the dead summon. Ah, shoot. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, we're gonna hit 300 deaths today. But yeah, I tried a little bit of those, kind of bounced off of them. I guess the only other, trying to think, what other creature collector games I've played? Spectrobes. I played Spectrobes 1 and 2. That was kind of interesting. I remember watching the Spectrobes anime a little bit. It's kind of interesting.
Losing my power. Gotta recover somehow.
Fossil Fighters, the one where you revive elemental dinosaurs to eventually fight a giant world-eating
This is where
alien.
unclaimed.
That was a fun game. It's a shame that the sequels didn't keep the charm that like made the first so interesting. They were a refinement in terms of gameplay and everything. And I think there's a dedicated community that still like tries to do multiplayer matches and tournaments and stuff with the second DS game, Champions, but I don't know, I just wasn't interested as much in Champions, and then like the one on the 3DS was not, Frontiers was not very good. I think it made some weird changes both from a gameplay perspective and story-wise. Because like the first game was like very quirky and like very fun, but like I said, the later games kind of lost that. Pal World? I played like a few hours of Pal World. I didn't get super deep into it. I tried playing with friends even, and that didn't seem to help too much for me. I think it's just another one of those things where it's like I have this problem with like open world survival games where if there's not like goals, it's hard for me to like really get into the game, just because like, yes, you could do anything, but like why do I actually care? And most of the time I find myself not caring. Or like I'll start on a Minecraft house or whatever. I'm just not creative enough. I don't know. Like I'll start on a Minecraft house, but then I'll never get too far because I'll get like a third of the way into the idea and then like realize how much more like mining I'm gonna have to do. And now with the changes they've made to cave generation, I can't like strip mine as easily, which that was like my most favorite part of Minecraft, was being able to just kind of strip mine and like brain off, watch a YouTube video and like make slow progress and just kind of relax. I do like Minecraft. I just have a hard time like sticking with the world. I think if I like made myself like play it and like stick with it for a while, I would enjoy it. I just have a hard time with that. I've tried a little bit of Terraria. I played with some friends in like a server world that somebody was hosting, but they were moving so fast I couldn't really appreciate the nuances of the progression and the gameplay overall. Like they had all played the game before, and so they like, and they had like way more free time than I did at the time because I had college and a job, and some of them didn't, and so they just kind of buzzed right through the game, and I had a hard time keeping up or whatever. Like all I did was, for the most part, was before the world change, when you defeat that one boss and it starts spawning new wars. I can't remember which, it's been forever. I think it's the one that's like way down on like the lower level where like the lava is. I would just fish because I knew that like once the world changed, if I opened up the boxes I got from fishing right when the world changed, I would get the new materials from the that are spawned in the world, because the loot pool would change for the fishing boxes. But I think they've patched that out now, so now the loot is properly decided not when you open the boxes, but when you fish up the boxes, so you can't do that cheesy strategy. Not that it matters so much. I don't think it's like a super efficient way of doing things, but it was a fun way for me to just kind of like fish and hang out. I feel like I would get super into like a Minecraft world with mods and like multiple people playing. I got kind of into a Pixelmon server people were somebody was hosting one time, like a friend of mine. Mostly just because it had furniture and stuff like to help with the world generation of like the gyms and the Pokemon Center and stuff. And so I was really sick. Like, I think I had COVID at the time. And so I just spent a whole day or two working on a Minecraft house with mods. And I was like actually proud of it for once. It was like the first Minecraft house I've ever been proud of. I remember being very proud of it. Like, I showed my mom and stuff. I was very proud. But yeah. So I feel like I would get into Minecraft in that circumstance, but yeah. Does anybody care about the Craft Mine DLC? Minecraft? Oh, you mean the Minecraft DLC for the racing game? I'm assuming. I assume some people do. It is kind of funny how Steve Minecraft in the racing Sega racing game, right? I feel like it's not going to be a reason people buy the game, or at least not a reason a lot of people buy the game. Honestly, the only DLC, the character that they could introduce that would make me buy the game would be Garfield, because haha, Garfield card, but Sega would be funny. But that being said, I think that, you know, there'll be people who enjoy the DLC and like haha Steve Minecraft, and you know, people like Minecraft. Only hot takes on this channel. People like Minecraft, but yes, there are people who like Minecraft. It is a bit of an odd place to see Steve Minecraft is in a racing game, because like, why? In the Sega one of all places, but I mean, he was in Smash, so it's not the most outrageous collab I've ever seen for Minecraft. I feel like Steve being in Smash is kind of like way more up there in terms of like, I can't believe that that's a thing, more so than like, oh, he's in the Sonic like Sega racing game, you know? Nice. We were able to interrupt the recharging of the sword. Doing pretty good, actually. Prada. It's kind of interesting to see all the names popping up. I think that's live, too. I think it's actually people playing. I mean, it includes, like, people from all over the world, so... I wonder how it handles people playing on different difficulties. If it just equalizes out damage or something. That's unfortunate. Again, just one of those things where the camera angle got me there. Where I meant to dodge left and right to because of the changing camera angle, he jumped instead of dodging left and right, unfortunately. Oh no! Come on. Alright, well, we're definitely dead in the next fight, but whatever.
Retreat.
Only true OGs remember the Garfield Kart birthday stream. As in nobody. Nobody remembers the Garfield Kart birthday stream. Nobody knows that that happened. It's going to be one of those things that people find like way later. Hopefully. Hopefully people care enough to find it way later, but it'll be very funny when people actually find it. It'll be a little embarrassing for me, but it'll be very funny. I hope people have a good time finding that one. Shoot. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to get us to 300 deaths today, guys. Come on. The goal today is not to actually beat the mission, it's just to get to 300 deaths. Sorry if anybody was confused on that. Where am I?
Gotta recover somehow. This dimension is healing my body. So, this is where they are.
It's amazing how much I have that attack ingrained in my head now. Like, I know pretty much the exact timing of that attack after having dodged it as Dante in V here so many times. Interesting. I didn't know I could heal Shadow this way by dodging. Oh, learned something new about V today. See, there is depth in V gameplay. It just kind of sucks. I don't know. I assume that if you're good with V, it can look very stylish if you have all three characters for him fully upgraded and everything, and like you know what you're doing, but dang it. Wish I hadn't taken that attack there. Okay, let's get in. Oh, hello. You teleported right to where you are. Okay. Oh, finally. Okay. Okay. Oh gosh. We're still gonna die tonight. To the next fight, probably, but oh well.
That's one down.
No, no, it's just a matter of practice, I guess. I guess we did technically already get through a mission today, so if we only get, like, if I could at least get through this section, even if I have to replay it later of the mission, if I could at least practice it so I can get it down consistently, I'd be happy with that. I mean, it is what it is. I do wish that there were checkpoints between each boss, but oh shoot. I thought I dodged that. Oh well. I think how close you are to enemies kind of dictates how quickly the book increases your DT gauge. Because I feel like when you're closer to enemies, the DT gauge goes up faster if you're reading, which makes sense. It probably also depends on how many enemies are around you as well.
I'm losing my power. Gotta recover somehow.
Glad I grabbed all the health and DT upgrades, though. I think that was worthwhile.
My body. So, this is where they are. It's your turn.
He was aiming for me, not Shadow. Shoot. Shadow's at really low health.
Settle back. Yeah. Get ready for you all.
Okay. Oh, I guess I've come back to the stream. How's it going? Isn't this the mission you reached in the last stream? Nope. This is the V mission. We got through the one where you can play as either Dante, Nero, or V. Like on pretty much the first try. Like I had to try the first half of the mission a couple times as Nero, but I got through that one fairly easily. So now we're on this mission, which, yeah, this one's taking up most of the stream. So I'm glad we got through at least the other one relatively easily. So I've just been kind of practicing and like trying to get through this mission, or at least this section of the mission. Nah. Who else is left here? This is the first fight. I've done this first fight a couple of times, and I know what the second fight's going to be. It's just getting through this fight with enough health to get through the other two, really. Because this first fight's always going to be the hardest, no matter who you pick, I think. Because once you get multiple summons, it gets a lot easier. Because my plan is to do Behemoth with a... Yeah, do Behemoth with Nightmare after this, because Behemoth's fairly easy to dodge. Even without Shadow, and with Shadow, he's especially easy to dodge. So I think of doing this with so I think the order is actually this guy on the left with Shadow, Behemoth with Nightmare, and then the one in the middle with all three. So actually grabbing Griffin last, which I don't know if that's the way people usually do this mission, but I feel like that's the way I'm going to do this mission. Because I already have a lot of experience with this guy, so if I can just get this fight down with Shadow and like get through it relatively okay with Shadow, I feel like I'll be able to get through the other two fights. It's just a matter of getting through this fight without losing a ton of health, which is a little hard to do because a lot of his attacks hit fairly hard. And it's kind of a long fight because Nightmare is your main damage dealer a lot of the time. Although Shadow does combat his sword attacks really well here, as you're seeing right now. Like, it's not too bad, and especially now that I've gotten like way more practice. It's not bad, but he does like teleporting away, and then Shadow has to run over there. I usually go with story order, first left Shadow, Griffin, and Nightmare. Yeah, I think I'll do Griffin last, just because that one in the middle is a bit harder than Nightmare. Nightmare with Behemoth. Because Behemoth should be relatively easy, honestly. Yeah, plus Shadow's dodge here works pretty well against his major swings. And even a lot of his ranged options are pretty easy to deal with Shadow's enhanced dodges. Dang it. See, like, just getting hit once by that just takes out a fourth of my health. And now suddenly, even though I was, like, doing so well in this fight, almost half my health is gone because I got hit, like, twice. Yeah. It's very easy to die here. I actually haven't played the Alan Wake games. I'd like to play them at some point. Death 300! Give it up for Death 300, baby. Yeah, we're definitely going to surpass how many deaths I had on DMC 3. Which I wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not, but seems like it is.
Gotta recover somehow. This dimension.
Nah.
My body. So, this is where they are. I need you. Slice.
I'm pretty happy with this strategy I have. I just need to, like, get it down. Because, like, see there, even without Shadow, I can dodge his attacks fairly well with just V. Because I just know this boss fight so well. From having done it quite a bit as Dante. Honestly, the things that are messing me up the most here is just directional input sometimes with V are kind of funky, and then also like if I get hit like even a little bit, it gets to be a bit of a problem. Because sometimes the camera will shift while I'm fighting, and my side dodge, which would usually be a shadow dodge, turns into a trying to use Griffin who's not there dodge. Ah.
Losing my power. Gotta recover somehow. This dimension. My body. So, this is where they are. It's your turn.
Well, he's teleporting all over the place. Like he's trying to teleport to a safe distance to recharge the swords. I see. Alright, I should save up my DT. He's almost dead. Guys, this is one of the better ends of this fight that I've had so far. As in, I have quite a bit of my health left, and I have a pretty full DT gauge.
That's one down.
That's one down indeed. Hey Dot, how's it going? Gotta keep an eye out for those, I guess. Didn't realize they could go through Nightmare there. Oh, he DT'd. See, I told you this fight would be a lot easier if I did it second. And now that I've done this fight, I can have all three for the last one without having taken too much damage from this one. Although maybe I should save up some DT here if I can. There it is. There's the cool animation. Nice. Well, it took 2 hours, but we finally got through the first 2 fights back to back without too much damage. Not too much DT left over, but I'll take it. 1 left. See if we can get through all 3 of these here. Be nice if we could get through this mission today. Go a little bit longer. If I do die here, I might end up using a gold orb just so I can get through this. But we'll see. Could also just wait. Oh, right. Still have to get through this fight. I actually haven't practiced this one too much. Oh, shoot. That isn't too bad, though. I think if I just practice the Artemis fight more. She didn't really have too much to hit us with that she can hit us with Shadow. The only problem with trying to do Shadow versus Artemis is that because she's flying, the pool of attacks Shadow can actually use kind of low to actually hit her.
Gotta recover somehow. This dimension healing my body.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could at least get through this section today.
Where they are.
And let me think. Next stream of this is Friday, so could practice a little bit on Thursday if I need to. No, I don't know. I probably won't want to because I was just thinking about that, and I have to get up at 4 that day, so I probably am not going to want to practice DMC 5 that day, to be fair. Plus, that'll be my last chance to do any prep for SMT 4A for the week. Gosh, I love being able to dodge that with like no health v from Shadow and just V. Just like, yeah, you, even without my summons, you still can't end me. It's on low health. Should try and conserve as much DT here as I can for the last section. Okay, not bad. About half a DT gauge, most of them, about 3/4 of my health. Pretty similar position as the last time I got through that fight. So I'm starting to get through that fight more reliably. Let Shadow get all of his health back, and then we'll head to the next fight here. Oh shoot, that was damage I didn't need to take. I don't need to be this close. Oh shoot, okay. I didn't realize his attacks could reach that far with his hands. What the heck? Okay. Alright. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting tired, but it's a little hard to gauge the dude's attacks. Alright. Let's give it a few more tries here, until death 305, and then we'll call it a day. Can always try again on Friday. Friday's stream will be in the first half of the day, not the second half of the day, by the way. At least for me, it'll be in the first half of the day, so it'll be at the earlier time, same time that like the weekend streams usually start. Just as an FYI.
Losing my power. Gotta recover somehow.
Because after I get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow for work, I have work for the second half of the day for the rest of the week. So
This is where they are. I'm collecting.
no, I didn't want to jump there. Gosh darn it. Those directional inputs keep getting me, man. They really do. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I wonder what Jaden's name being gold means. Is everybody's name gold, or is it just like a sign of like what difficulty you're playing on, maybe?
This dimension. Feeling my body. So, this is where they are.
Yeah, we'll try this one more time, and then I think I'm getting a... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lock in. We're gonna try one more time, and then still, I think for not practicing as maybe as much as I should have, or as much as I had previously, I think it was good that we got through that one mission with Nero so quickly. And we are getting through this one, even if it is kind of gradual and just requires some practice with V. Partially because I have so much practice with this boss specifically, but... Okay. Low health again for the boss. Oh, that's not good. Thankfully, he kind of teleports around a bit too much, honestly, in this version of the fight. I'm not sure why exactly, but he does teleport around a bit too much, honestly. Because like he'll teleport away from V even like when I have no summons ready. Like if he actually pushed me when I had no summons ready a bit more, I think this fight would be even harder. Like they definitely toned down the fight because you have to do all three of them back to back. Both in terms, mostly just I think in terms of how aggressive they are, if I had to say. And like they changed some of the move sets so they don't have some of the moves that they can do. Like it's a simplified version of each boss for sure. Sorry if I'm not ring chat. I'm just kind of like locked in. I'm trying to get through this, trying to give it one more really good shot. So I'm probably not going to be looking at chat a little bit. I'll try and talk as much as I can, but realistically, I'm just trying to like get through this section today. And this is gonna be my last attempt for today, so I'm gonna like kind of lock in. I'll check chat after this, and we can kind of chat a little bit because I know I haven't been super chatty today. Been trying to like get through this section. So if there's anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up for today, we can do that at the ending soon screen or whatever. I don't know. I think this stuff like this though is why I say like I don't think COD would be like super fun to play on stream, just because like I feel like it'd be so locked into the game I wouldn't be able to like keep up like with chat or anything, because looking away could like get me killed so quickly. The only game like FPS series that I could think of that I could do that with is just Halo, because I've played so much of it, and because you don't have a high as like the time to kill is a lot higher for your player character in those games because you have shields and everything. Well, I get shields and health. I guess that's not necessarily true for like Halo 2, because you kind of have shields in Call of Duty games as well. Although I will say that I think the time to kill is generally a bit lower for Call of Duty games. I think it might be because all the enemies have hit scan weapons, whereas in like the older Halo games, you just have humans with hit scan weapons, and they intentionally didn't put in any hit scan weapons until Halo 2, so that way you could kind of strafe and like predict incoming fire from enemies in the first game. They kind of put some hit scan weapons in Halo 2 and in future games, because you had missions where you only had Covenant weapons when you were playing as the Arbiter, so they needed like something that'll let you get headshots on like weaker enemies in missions where it wasn't originally available. But but that's probably part of the reason why. I don't know. I do think that from a campaign standpoint, I do think that Halo works better from a campaign standpoint than most of the COD games do. I haven't played every COD game, but like I don't think any of them, even the like half a dozen or so I've played, like campaign wise, I do think that the gameplay lends itself more to like in Halo to a campaign, because you have unique enemies there instead of just human AI bots. So the gameplay is quite a bit different than say playing multiplayer. I mean, I think one of the newer Call of Duties, like the entire campaign is just like Warzone pretty much. Like it is basically Warzone maps that you just like jump into and fight against like AI enemies pretty much. And that's the entire map, unfortunately. Or that's the entire campaign. What? I still don't understand that. It looks like almost like he uppercuts me there. Like I don't understand why I'm getting hit on that attack. That's happened before too. Where he like knocks me into the air, but like it doesn't look like I get hit there. It is a little odd. Okay. Anyway. Cool nightmare animation. I have 2 bars of health, so I'll have to play fairly conservatively against the last boss. I'll probably still die, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll give it a try. At least I'm more I've been able to get through the first 2 fights at least a couple of times. I appreciate the... Okay. Oh, and I immediately die. Okay. Do I use a gold orb here? I don't think so. No, because there's still the rest of the mission to get through, and I don't think I'd be able to do that today. Even if I did use a gold orb to get through that. I think that's enough practice, at least, for this section. I think I'll be able to get through the first section. And, oh, am I in SMT4 right now, Nick? Dang it. On Twitch. Am I? Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. I was trying to do one more attempt on that mission. Did it not update anything? I thought I had everything updated for this stream. Did I not sit down and do that? Oh, fudge. Why did I... Oh, man. Yeah, okay. I've been in SMT4 this whole time, haven't I? Man, that sucks. Sorry about that. Dang it. No, I set everything up, but I set everything up for the next SMT4 stream today. Why did I do that? That's so stupid, because I had to fix the YouTube side too. Oh well. Well, today certainly was a day. Sorry about that. I'll make sure that stuff is correct for Friday's stream, so it's not confusing or whatever, and that I'm actually in the right category on both YouTube and Twitch to start with. I'll definitely make sure to change that. Man, okay. How did I do that? I set everything up for a stream that's not for another few days. Alrighty. Well, we did get through a mission today, and I got plenty of practice on the next mission, the next mission, the V mission, even if it wasn't quite the way I wanted this stream to go, or whatever. I don't know, man. Whatever. It is what it is. I'll just have to fix it and try and do better on that in the future. Alrighty. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I did okay. I got through mission 13 just fine with the Nero without too much effort. It'll be interesting to see how the Nero mission goes after the V mission. But we got through like a good chunk of the V mission. It's just that first half is kind of nasty because there's like no checkpoints until after the you get through that section. But yeah, I don't know, man. Shoot. I'm tired. I think I should go lay down a little bit. I gotta get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm gonna go do that, and I will try to do better in the future. I'll try and get some practice in tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. We are going to watch some of the DMC anime tomorrow. We're going to try the new one. We're going to start that one tomorrow if you want to hang out in the Discord and watch that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Friday, hopefully, or maybe this weekend for actually SMT4. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good week. I will see you later. And in case I don't see you, have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you guys. No, wrong thing. Dude, I'm so tired.